everyone, it's Shel C from PaperOcotilloStudio, and today I'm sharing with you a quick page that I made with Collage in my real life junk journal. This is my Serenity journal. It was made out of junk from my desk, and I handmade it myself with the idea of doing morning pages or pages that you do at the very beginning of your day after you wake up. Get a little bit of coffee or tea, sit down, do a page with some quiet music to start your day. And that's the intention of this book. I haven't been doing it as well as I expected, but this one I did. I still had some interesting purple prints, and I decided to do a collage page. So this one on the left hand side has an envelope, and the other side is done already and has a tucked in tag in this little envelope. So that's what's sticking out. And then I just put some leftover black gesso on these two pages. I didn't even have enough to really finish it, but it was good enough. And that covers up that. The envelope is actually red. It had red poinsettias on it. And so I wanted to cover that up. The other side, I'm not sure what it is actually, but as you can see when you make a junk journal, and I'll put a link in the iCard up above of how I made this journal. But if you're really making it out of junk, the pages are not the same sizes. So these two pages are much smaller than the book because of whatever they're made out of. You just fold whatever paper and throw it in there and sew it in, and that's it. So I've got kind of two different small pages that aren't even the same size in amongst themselves, and that's how it works with junk journaling. But it's really fun because you don't have to concern yourself with ruining it. If you ruin it, so what? If you're not happy with it, paint over it. Or tear it out because it's just junk. It's just stuff that would have been thrown away anyway. So it does not matter. So I had this one print that I really liked that has a spiral on it from a sponge, kind of a foam spongy thing stamp that I made. And when I was gel printing the other day, I made this print and I put a couple of those on there. And I love that shape. It really says something to me. It feels like the world turning. It feels like inclusion in community. It feels like being surrounded. Um, it has a lot of meaning to me. That's sometimes I try to think about that. What symbols do I really like? This symbol is so common in prehistoric art, on cave paintings and stuff done by the Native Americans. And I'm not sure what they mean by it, but it is a very meaningful symbol to me. So I put that one on the right hand side and just glued it down with some Yoo-hoo glue stick. And then I wanted to continue the color across the page. So I just tore a strip of another piece that has similar colors and put it across there. And then I needed to fill in that little corner because it was kind of weird where the two pages are not the same size. So I put another little piece down there. And then I felt like I need that, like it was that 90-degree angle there was bugging me. First, I tore out another piece of spiral and I thought I was going to put on there, but it caused too much symmetry. And no matter where I put it, it was like, I don't like it. Don't like it. So I discarded that, and that's how you do this. So this piece has a lot of little spirals on it that I was using a homemade stamp on the gel plate, and I made little spirals, and I thought, well, I could just take away that 90-degree angle that's bothering me there, so sharp, and kind of just smooth it out by making sort of a triangle to let that color and pattern and shape swoop down a little bit. And I'll feel better about the page composition. So I did that. Now this is a super simple morning page. There's nothing there's no big technique involved here. This is gluing paper and being intuitive about where you glue it. And, yeah, using a glue stick and some printed papers and my favorite color. This thing only took me like less than a half an hour to make. So it was a quick one. Usually I spend about an hour to an hour and a half on pretty much anything that I do. And so this seemed very quick and simple and easy and fun. So then I was thinking about, again, about what I was saying, the spiral, inclusion, part of being a community. And I thought maybe I'd put some little kind of abstract figures on there. Um, they kind of remind you of people, but they're maybe not, they don't have any features or anything. And so I'm just cutting some of these pieces into like a half of an oval, I guess. Like they're wearing robes, like people wearing robes. No arms or anything, just a real generic idea of a human figure. Very generic. And I'm gluing those down. And again, just my glue stick, gluing them down. All these papers are thin. I used rice paper and text weight paper and tissue paper when I did this gel printing, so they're easy to glue with the glue stick. You don't have to fuss about it too much. So then I made some lighter color circles with some of the prints. Just cut some circles, and these are going to be like either the hair or or a halo around the heads. So I'm trying to bring out something lighter so that there's a little bit of contrast there. That guy didn't reach all the way down to the ground, so I had to add an extra piece to its robe. And I did that 3 times, so 3 little figures. And there's so much other things I could have done. I could have done integration with paint. I could have done some dripping or some, just so many things, but this was just a real simple collage page today. That's what I needed. So I'm kind of tucking the little hair halo things underneath at the end there, peeling those pieces back and tucking them under. So I know a lot of people really like circles. That's a real common mark making thing. And also, I know some people are really into like grids and squares and rectangle cube type things in their art. Give me a comment below and tell me what type of symbol you often see in your art, because I'd like to know. I think we all have some. I've asked that question before, and I know a lot of people have given me interesting answers. So there might be different people here today that might have other interesting answers. I don't know. I know when I'm doing abstracted work, I often use an X or cross type composition because I like the way it looks. That 1/3, 2/3, 1/3, 2/3. It's called cruciform layout for an abstract. It tends to be what I go for. I don't know why, I just like it. So now I'm just gluing little faces on. I didn't make them perfectly circular. I made them like come to a point where the chin would be so you can tell it's a human form. And I was thinking about what the page could say. This area down here in the middle where the 2 pages aren't the same size is still bothering me. So I thought I would put some type of quote there where I could kind of cover that up. See, I'm thinking about maybe I should put another piece there. No, bugs me. Bugs me. I could do some integration with paint, finger paint, and maybe that's what I should have done. But I decided to just find some type of a quote that I could put there. Either type it on my sticker maker, or if I can find one that could relate to the page, I'd put it on. And I did find one because this spoke to me when I saw it. I'm like, oh, I've been having these dreams about people that have passed on. Lots of them, lots of dreams about people that have passed on. And this quote just seemed to be like, oh, that's just what I should put on there. So it's a sticker, and I kind of cut it apart. And then if it wasn't sticking real well, I stuck it down with the glue stick in places that it wasn't really adhering itself particularly well. But it says, when your past calls don't answer, it has nothing new to say. And that's true. I mean, yeah, we're like, oh, learn from your past. Well, sometimes you just need to forget about it and stop worrying about it and stop fussing about it and thinking about it, driving yourself crazy. Or in my case, dreaming. Just so much dreaming. I have very vivid, colorful dreams. Sometimes when I wake up, I'm not sure if I was dreaming or if it was real. That's how vivid some of them are. So I don't know. I feel another insomnia time coming. I sometimes get insomnia, and when I start to dream crazy things, then I feel like I'm gonna get insomnia pretty soon. And that's no fun. You get so tired because you can't sleep. So then I used a black Stabilo all pencil and a water brush like you do to kind of make some shadows. Something that did not make it onto the video is after I turned the camera off, I did a little bit of mark making on the people with a white Posca pen, just like making some patterns on their robes and stuff like that. Also some black around the words. And then I got out a white Jerry's Jumbo Jet pencil. And I was trying to emphasize this shape, this spiral shape over here. But it wasn't dark enough. But I did use it to do some scribble writing. I am actually writing something, you just can't read what it is. I'm thinking about words and I'm writing them, but you can't read it. That's a way to get out your thoughts onto the page and, what the page means, but then it's more of a design element and less of something that can be read. This was when I was thinking about decorating their outfits, and then ended up doing with a white Posca pen, which is more opaque. It shows up more. So I decided that the white didn't do it for me on the spiral, so I went back in with the black Stabilo all pencil, highly water reactive pencil, and I blended it out with the water brush. And I think that's pretty much it, except for the Posca pen on the outfits, which isn't in the video. So I guess I will tell you guys, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment or question below, subscribe, turn on your notification bells. You can join my channel, and I have another new thing called Super Thanks. You can click on that if you want. I don't know what it is, but I just turned it on. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.